So Gateway Church made an apology this weekend for their pastor being a child molester. Let's listen, and I have some thoughts.
I'm a father of 6 girls, and this has been a difficult thing to explain to them this past week. And our family this past week, like all of you, has shed tears, had heavy conversations, and we've been in deep prayer. We've prayed for Cindy Clementshire. We prayed for her family. We've prayed for the entire Morris family. We're praying for you. We go to Gateway Church not because of a building or a person. Our family goes here because of the deep relationships that we've formed with close friends who help us grow closer to Christ. So what about the future of our church? The truth is, I don't know what God's plans are. But I know that I'm going to continue to worship the Lord. And I'm going to worship the Lord in this place. I want to remind you, this is His church. This is Jesus' church.
Now, I think that elder did his best to show empathy to the victim of their pastor. But I know he was working from a big deficit. Why? Because when these things happen in Christian churches, preservation of the organization is always a priority, couched in really wonderful language about sharing the gospel and Jesus building His church. When I was on the board of a Christian organization and started to question the ethics and the emotional and mental health of the leader, I soon found that I had to resign. That leader then started a verbal campaign against me, and soon one of the new board members was calling me, asking me why I treated the leader this way. Like Gateway Church, our organization claimed to be a prophetic ministry. That means we could speak directly to God and share what God had to say to others. But why is it in our organization and Gateway Church, God doesn't say, hey, there's a problem you need to take care of? And Gateway Church needs to be asking itself right now, how did we not know for decades that our pastor was a child molester if we speak to the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent creator of the universe? And perhaps instead of trying to find pious ways to say, we will continue in this house because it's Jesus' church, why does a Christian organization never look at itself and say, now Jesus would be flipping over tables in here right now? And maybe us ceasing to exist as a tax-free organization and a group of people who claim to hear directly from God should stop operating while we all reflect on what happened. Robert Morris has confessed to inappropriate behavior with a 12-year-old. It's said that he told her if he gave her a payout, she could end up going to prison, and he and his wife didn't want that for her. I don't understand why Christianity never asks itself, maybe this isn't just Robert Morris being a bad guy. Maybe there's a systemic problem in Christian organizations and Christian churches. This is happening way too often. Either the system attracts pedophiles and abusers, or it helps exacerbate what is inside of a person that makes them a pedophile or an abuser. And for a religious organization that has partnered itself with a political party that is constantly calling marginalized people pedophiles and groomers, when will the Christian Church of America admit, ooh, maybe the groomers are in our house, in our church buildings, in our Sunday schools, and in our Christian homes? In the Bible, there's a book called Lamentations, and it's a book of sorrow and lamenting about how badly things had gone in the writer's community. And today I can only lament that my religious heritage that claims to care about saving babies cares more about preserving pastors and preserving the organization than about preserving young girls and young boys from being taken by Christian predators that they're told to submit to and obey and keep issues in the house so that the gospel can continue to go forward. I'm sorry, American Christians, your churches aren't shrinking at record rates because bad people are leaving so they can go sin. They're shrinking because people are saying, I can no longer be affiliated with something that would rather preserve itself as a system than take care of our children and women and the marginalized. Jesus is said to have pointed at the temple and said, not one stone of that thing will stand upon another. And I believe today, Gateway Church, IHOP Kansas City, and many, many others that we hear about daily are the faces of American Christianity and why Christians need to think seriously, can I be affiliated with this anymore? My spouse and I have found the fear that we were going to lose a connection to heaven and spirituality if we stepped out of a religion with which we no longer felt we could have our name affiliated was just captivity to a principality of religion. There is a beautiful spirituality we found with the freedom we never felt inside the church building walls. And I think we're in a season where people in Christianity are being called to no longer sit on the fence. Are you for this preservation? Or are you looking for the new place the Spirit of heaven is going, the new thing that's springing up, and the heavens are resonating with the cry, do you not perceive that we shouldn't be looking backward at what has been for the last 150 years of Western Christianity, but look forward to a spirituality that says, better a millstone be hung around our neck and be thrown into the sea than to jettison a human being like the victim of Robert Morris. I lament for the American Christian church on a regular basis. I lament that I let my eyes see a lot of things and I couldn't exact change from the inside of Christianity. But today I call for religious organizations to look inside and say, are we no longer meeting our mission to care about people because we've begun to care about the organization more?